You know those good days where you're so productive, you're so onto it, where you just feel like you can finish all that work, you woke up early, you're so productive that day. And then the next day, what do? You wake up at a random time and you go and scroll on your phone all day, don't you? It was that one day you were so productive, but imagine if you could do that every single day. I remember I used to be a procrastinating little YouTube addict who struggled to do the work. But now I'm so onto it. I do so much more work now. I automatically start to do the work. It's not hard for me anymore. Because of this routine, I'm so much more productive. This has allowed me to graduate high school 1 year early with these kind of A-levels. It allowed me to do well through university and also be happy as well. This is the power of routine. And so why should we create some of these routines, right? Routines are, you may imagine it's like a bad connotation, right? But creating routines basically is the same as creating habits. But it's like a stack of habits, right? Your entire day becomes a habit that you can just memorize. And if you create a routine for yourself that's consistent over most of the week or every single day, you've saved so much brain power and so much decision making because you don't have to think about what you do next. You already know from the routine. You've practiced and you've internalized. If you've done the routine so many times, you already know, next I'm going to do this task. I'm going to meditate next. I'm going to go to the gym at 10 o'clock, right? You know when you're going to do it. And so you don't have to decide every single day. And it may not feel like much, right? It may not feel like that little decision actually does anything, right? It takes like 5 seconds, right? But all those little decisions that you have to do that accumulate over the day, they add up. It's like this idea of death by 1,000 cuts, right? Every single little decision that you do, every single little thing that you decide, it adds up to brain power. It's so much brain power, and it's really draining overall. This will mean that you have less willpower and overall in the day as well, because you're wasting it all and deciding, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? All that kind of thing. Instead of wasting brain power on thinking, what should I do? When should I do it? Or whatever, that kind of thing. You should be using your brain power, allowing all of it to be used on the task at hand. Use it on the gym session. Use it on the study session. Use it on the meditation. And saving your brain power is so powerful and so good. Also, creating this kind of consistency where you have a timetable and you just internalize it and you remind yourself of it. This will mean that you'll automatically start to slip into these habits, right? What used to be so hard for you to study will become easy for you because you'll automatically start to slip into work. You'll automatically start to study at this time because you've done it like 20 times before. And so you know that 7 o'clock is the study time. You know that this time is your gym time. So you just go to the gym, right? You'll automatically start to do it, and it might become even easier for you to do the work compared to doing the bad habits, right? It'll become easier for you to slip into going to the gym than you actually scrolling on your phone because you know that this is your gym time. That's the kind of life that I want you to have, right? Where you automatically do the good habits. And so to create the routine which will allow you to easily slip into the good habits, you should use this app called Google Calendar, where you just schedule a block and time block everything that you want to do. Ideally, you want to create a schedule or a timetable that is as similar as possible every single day, right? Every single day you want to have a similar kind of day. So that means a consistent wake up time, a consistent bedtime, consistent eating times, right? And yeah, that may sound kind of extreme, especially for a lot of young people nowadays, right? That may sound really extreme, but this is the first step to having some consistency, right? Because if you don't have a wake up time, for example, for tomorrow, then can you really plan it properly? Can you really plan it properly if you don't actually know the times, right? You don't know when you're going to start working. You don't know what you're actually going to do. It's gambling, right? You are simply gambling what you're going to do. And maybe you might sleep in and wake up at 10 a.m., right? It's gambling where you might lose, right? Why do you want to create risk in your own life? You want to be certain on your future, right? You don't want to create so much random risk if you can prevent it, right? And so for this timetable, I want you to time block every single hour of the day where you imagine a perfect day for yourself, right? You imagine a perfect day. And this includes time blocking your free time as well. Because if you don't time block your free time, you don't set tasks to do in your free time, what are you going to automatically do? What do most people default to when they have nothing to do? You know, do this, right? Do this and scroll on their phone all day, right? So you must create tasks for you to do. You must give yourself something to do that's not scrolling your phone, right? And so for choosing some tasks, I want you to think about some of the good habits, right? That we talk about in like dopamine detoxing. You know, I talk a lot more about dopamine detoxing on the rest of the channel and in the course in the top link in the description below. But have a look at that as well. But basically, ideally, you'd want to schedule in all the good habits into your day, right? You want to schedule in like reading, meditation, exercise, and all that kind of thing. Put that into your schedule, right? Hanging out with your friends as well, right? Put that into your schedule so that you're an organized young person, right? Try and stick with it, and try and stick with it as much as possible, right? Naturally, you're not going to be able to follow it every single day. Things change, life happens, obviously, right? The goal should not be to get it 100%, right? The goal is to try and follow it as best as possible, right? And so, you know, every couple of hours, you just try and pull it up and remember, oh yeah, I'm supposed to be doing that, right? And even if you only follow it like 50% of the time, it's still a much better day than if you had no timetable at all. If you had no routine. If I don't have a routine and I wake up at a random time, I struggle to do the hard work because I'm not on that routine, right? This routine solidifies it and guarantees that I basically do the work, right? I can still do the work, right? I can still do the work, but it'll be a lot harder for me to do it if I don't have that routine, right? And eventually, as you internalize it more and more and you practice it and become better and better at it, you'll start to get it more and more and more, and you'll start to get better at it. Creating this routine is so good for you because you'll automatically start to do the good habits. Just like, you know, schools use routines and timetables to get you into the mood and to basically give you like an organized structure to your life. You need to create organized structure with the rest of your life as well. If you truly want to achieve like really good results and if you don't want to feel like you're always stressed and running out of time and, you know, you're always procrastinating, you should create some of these routines. You should create some of those routines that you try and stick with as much as possible. So thanks to these routines, I feel like I have plenty of time now because I just am able to schedule time and you know, I'm able to use it effectively, right? And so you might think that, this routine sounds good and all, like being productive is good and all, but, you know, won't it be kind of dull and like boring? Like I don't like routines, right? You might think that, for example. And what I'd say is that this is a different kind of routine because this is a routine that you set first off, right? You don't like the routines that you've been given because someone else has given it to you, right? Someone else is imposing their will on you, but you get complete control over this routine. And thanks to that, it's your choice. And so you can do what you want, right? It's your responsibility, but you have the power in that as well. But routines, you might think they get very monotonous as well. But really, if you actually work on the routine and get consistent in the routine, then naturally you're going to see great results. And that will counteract any kind of monotony that you might be feeling, right? Because you'll be feeling the sense of progress. You'll feel your life get better. Like, you know, for example, for my routine, right? I've been hitting the gym consistently, studying really hard, making some videos, right? If I feel like I'm making progress in all these areas of life, how can I be sad? How can I not be happy, right? How can I not be happy if I feel like I'm jacked, right? Like me working hard creates such a great sense of fulfillment that just lasts into the rest of my life, right? I feel happy at myself. I feel like I'm achieving something, right? That sense of progress also further keeps driving me on as well because I'm making progress in this area. And so I work harder and so it's a positive cycle that really helps you out. Truly creating this timetable and really sticking towards it has been so helpful for my life, and genuinely, I feel so much better now. Like I feel happy. My sleep is great, right? And my gym progress is great. I'm working hard. Truly, this has helped me lock in and work so much better than before. So try that. Try creative routine and try plan your days, right? Plan what you're going to do tomorrow and make the decision now, right? Every single day on top of your routine, you should be assigning yourself tasks, right? You should fit it into your routine. create some of that so that you reduce some of that uncertainty, right? I want you to feel the same kind of feeling that I have, where you feel like you're so on progress and on track to achieving your goals, but where you also feel like you've got plenty of time to do all the things that you want as well. So create those kind of routines, and thanks for watching. If you found this video interesting and you want to keep improving and becoming a better student, have a look at the top link in the description below. Especially if you're an A-level student, I can help you out so much with this course. Thank you for watching. See you later. Bye-bye. Create the routine.